think the Ravens are the biggest winners in the AFC North this offseason?
This is a team that consistently is going to be in position to contend because of how talented they are. The reality of it is those guys can play.
In the AFC should watch out for the Baltimore Ravens this season.
Players in the NFL, certainly one of the best players at quarterback. They got a guy at tailback in J.K. Dobbins, who I think could be an all-pro. They got one of the best tight ends in football, a plethora of perimeter weapons, some health on the offensive line, a very good defensive line, one of the better young linebackers in the NFL, and a top 5 secondary. And no one talks about it.
Yo, what it is? Welcome back to another episode of At the Bank, a Baltimore Ravens podcast. Yo, y'all already know, y'all. I always give y'all the dopest episode for real. And this episode is titled Rumble in the Jungle. You feel me? This is episode number 23, man. Shout out to the Grid Network for letting me go ahead and come on here and speak my Ravens knowledge, you feel me? And give y'all some good takes, you feel me? And I'm so happy to be here today. And like I said, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. We are getting geared up for the Sunday Ravens game against the Detroit Lions, man. And I feel like this is going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be a good game to actually watch, man. I feel like my Ravens is actually going to go out here and produce. And it should be a very, very interesting game, man. Not 100% sure if y'all can really hear me. To all my listeners out there, if you can hear me, make sure y'all can put the thumbs up or something like that. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties right now, but the show must go on, you feel me? And like I said, man, we got the Detroit Lions this week, man, and we all know what happened the last time we played the Detroit Lions, man. We was up in Detroit and we left. We had to win the game off of this historic field goal, man. Jay Tucker kicking a 66-yarder, making history in the NFL, man. And it was a close game. It was a very, very close game. Like I said, it came down to Tucker actually winning this game, and that's why this game is really significant and really meaningful this time around. Because for the simple fact that that this game is more meaningful because both teams is having a great year this year so far in week 7. And also this is going to be a good game for the simple fact that we have Terrell Suggs will be in the Ring of Honor this coming Sunday. So number one, let's give a big shout out to Terrell Suggs, man, aka T Sizzle, aka Ball So Hard University, man. He had put up stellar numbers with the Baltimore Ravens as his time was here, man, and arguably probably the third best Raven, my favorite Raven that ever crossed that ever wore a Ravens uniform, you feel me? And it was an honor to watch Terrell Suggs do his thing, man. Cause like I said, he's arguably the best outside linebacker or one of the best outside linebackers that the game has ever seen for real. He was able to get hella sacks as he was here in Baltimore, man. As he already know, his favorite team that he always used to go against was the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's one of the main reasons why I hated the Steelers, man. It was always a good rivalry game. And like I said, man, he always showed up to play when it was time for against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for Terrell Suggs to actually be mentioned into the Ring of Honor, man, I know that house is going to be rocking because he's going to be able to lead come out on the field and show, you know, how he looked and how he probably going to get the stadium all fired up. But I'm pretty sure M&T Bank Stadium is going to be rocking, you feel me? And it's going to be pretty dope to see that. And like I said, I feel like this is going to be giving us that great momentum, that atmosphere, that vibe again down at M&T Bank Stadium. So it's going to be live, and I most definitely can't wait to actually watch that game, because like I said, I feel like this game is going to be very interesting, and I feel like this is going to be a nail biter type game. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. these two teams are totally different now. This is not the same team that was back in 2021 when we had beat them with the Justin Tucker field goal. And we're not the same team that we had put ourselves in that predicament to let Justin Tucker win with that field goal. So, like I said, this is a tale of two teams now. It's totally different. It's no longer the same, you feel me? And you can actually see that the Detroit Lions actually turned that curve, actually got over their hump, actually believe in that system that they really have over there behind Dan Campbell and the crew, man. And honestly, I feel like the Detroit Lions are probably the second or third best team in the NFC, in my opinion, man. And that speaks a lot for the Detroit Lions because you already know that the Detroit Lions had never really got mentioned like that, or the Detroit Lions has never really been scary for the opposite team for real. But when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, they feel like the Detroit Lions always play hard, always give us the best, and always give us trouble. Doesn't matter if they are a low-ranking team or a high-ranking team, you feel me? And I think this has got to be the year that the Ravens have to turn that curve, have to turn that narrative, because like I said, man, we can't keep losing to teams that we're not supposed to lose to. But like I said, the Detroit Lions are totally different. They are not the same team anymore. You feel me? And I really feel like the Detroit Lions can really make some noise in this game this week. And like I said, this is going to be a nail-biting game. So as I'm getting ready to lay out my keys for the game, man, let's talk about the Detroit Lions, man. The Detroit Lions right now are leading their division. The Detroit Lions are number one in the NFC North, over top of Minnesota, over top of Chicago, over top of Green Bay Packers. And there's really no fight in that division, in my opinion. I feel like that the Detroit Lions are peaking at the right time. You know what I mean? They finally was able to get everything, all the pieces that they kind of need. And now that Aaron Rodgers had left that division, they feel like it's kind of wide open and it's giving the Detroit Lions a little bit extra life. I guess that's what happened when you give a cat 9 lives, you feel me? But no, on it for real though, like I said, this is a team that you can't take lightly no more. Because like I said, I just laid down some of the facts of why you can't really take this team lightly. But for the simple fact, though, this is the Ravens podcast show. Let's talk about the Ravens and why the Ravens are a team not to be reckoned with, man. Right now, while our offense is not really fully clicking yet, it's almost there. As you can clearly see, the drives are starting to get better. The drives are starting to get longer. We're able to put better drives, move the ball down the field, and all that. It's just not quite to just scoring multiple touchdowns yet. Now, don't get me wrong. We do have games where we can probably get 2 touchdowns maybe, because right now we are averaging 1.5 touchdowns a game. Kind of like a 2-touchdown ratio or whatever the situation. But the Ravens most definitely have to get a little bit stronger when it comes to that on that offensive side. And then, man, like I can't wait to tell y'all and show y'all how that the Ravens defense is a top 5 defense. And I keep trying to tell people just keep ignoring me, and I'm not understanding why. It's proven. It's a fact. It is out here. It is showing that right now in week 7, man, we are a top 5 defense in this game. You feel me? So, let's start diving into some of the keys that I'm looking for. I'm looking forward this game. Not looking forward. I'm looking forward this game. Let's start with the offense side of the ball, man. And the first thing first, and I had just mentioned it, the Ravens, to be successful, man, they have to finish drives. We can no longer have these nice drives, get it all the way down into red zone territory just to kick a field goal. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it feels good that you're not leaving points on the field. But at the same time, man, with the hype, the hope, and the prayer not the prayer, but the hype and the hope that we have, and we are seeing, we are looking for Lamar Jackson to actually throw multiple touchdown passes. We are looking for the Ravens offense to get in the red zone multiple times. Now, last week we was able to see that when Lamar scrambled out the pocket, it's getting better when he's coming out that pocket. When he's on the run, man, he's a little bit more accurate this year. He was able to hit big play Zayn for his first touchdown in London last week. So you can just see that the offense, even when it breaks down, because you have that dynamic quarterback, that he's able to extend plays. And like I said, and when he extend plays, we have to be able to be able to be open, get open, and find some type of real estate once we get out there. You feel me? And like I said, it's not going to be easy. It's not, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the Detroit Lions are a good team. They are a team that's led by Dan Campbell, who's pretty much laying down the foundation of how Detroit football should be. You know what I mean? So we got to give props up to that, folks. But the Ravens most definitely have to punch in touchdowns multiple times, because when you're able to punch in touchdowns multiple times, other things happen. You have the Detroit Lions and a little bit frantic. You feel me? And that's why. And then, like I said, when you finish those drives, we have to get multiple touchdowns. I feel like this is one of the games that you can't keep kicking field goals and think that you can beat the Detroit Lions team. I don't think that this is the team that you can actually do that on. I think, like I said, multiple touchdowns will be the key of beating the Detroit Lions or putting Detroit Lions away. Like I said, if we are able to finish drives and able to get multiple touchdowns, that offense is unstoppable. Because, you know, this time we don't have a Marquise Brown that's going to drop 4 touchdown passes. We don't have what's his name? Anishar Billabin Waiver, whatever your name, I can't remember. That poor left tackle, man, who played so many years good in Pittsburgh, but once he came to Baltimore, man, it was like you can tell he lost completely steps, a lot of steps that we can't even really want to even talk about no more. But during that time, yes, you can just see that was really hurting us. And then the fact that we was under a Greg Roman offense, and like I said, now that Greg Roman offense was able to move, was able to play powerhouse football, but that's not what we want. That's not what we are looking for. Like I said, we are looking, as you can see, that our offense is spreading defenses out. And when you spread those defenses out, and if they go man to man, oh my gosh, they leaving the alley wide open for Lamar. So, like I said, once we get into that red zone, man, we have to punch that ticket in multiple times. We can't just keep settling for field goals. I don't believe, like I said in the beginning, I don't believe that field goals will be the key of winning this game. This is a very significant game. This is a very big game. You feel me? And one of my last keys I would like to see, if we are able to finish drive, once we able to finish drives and get multiple touchdowns, we had to control the clock. And I think that with these long drives, with these great runs, because we are still a run first team. We are still able to produce runs. We are a still top 5 rushing team in the NFL, despite not having the same amount of rushes that we normally have the previous years. But we are still top 5 rushes, top 5 running team in the NFL. And one of the reasons why, because the yards per game that we get in the rushing tip. You know what I mean? Now, we don't have a for say, dominant running back. You know what I mean? That workhorse. Don't get me wrong. My guy Gus is doing everything he possibly can. Who's the other guy, man? Dang, his name just slipped away that quick. But Gus is most definitely handling his money right now. And I feel like as long as that we can keep Gus going and then, you know, LJ is going to do LJ things. You feel me? So as long as that we are able to do that, I feel like our Russian attack is still strong, is still able to do what we are looking to do. Like I said, we got to control that clock. We have to eat up that clock. That's another recipe success to keep the Detroit offense off the ball, because the Detroit offense is very stellar, very, very stellar, to the point that they are, when it comes to points per game, the offense is 4th. They are scoring 28 points a game. When it comes to total yards per game, they are 3rd. They are getting 383 yards a game. When it comes to passing yards per game, they are 4th. They are averaging 259.5 yards a game. And then when it comes to sacks allowed, they are 5th, only allowing 1.5 sacks. So, excuse me, as we clearly can see that the Detroit offense is their breadwinner, is their way to if we can shut their offense down. I feel like that, not shut them down, but if we can slow them down. You know what I mean? I'm not quite going to say shut them down, but if we can slow them down, slow that offense down, have them in multiple 3-and-outs, have them, get pressure, get turnovers, stuff like that. That's going to most definitely lead to success. But for them to actually not put our defense out there so much, the Ravens offense have to do these 3 things. They have to. They have to finish the drive. They have to get multiple touchdowns, and they have to control the clock. If they can control the clock, man, and keep Detroit offense off the field or limit their offense on the field, it's a possibility that great things can happen for us. You feel me? So on that offensive side, man, I'm really looking to see how powerful or how clicking on all cylinders that we should be this week, man. And I'm really hoping that all our cylinders will be clicking this week. Like I said, we just most definitely have to find ways to get our offense into good rhythm. We have to make sure that we don't get trapped down deep into Detroit territory. You know what I mean? I mean, deep into our own territory where we got to go 80-plus yards every drive. I feel like our special teams is most definitely going to help us out. You seen Duvernay almost ran the kick with a punt return back last week. And if things like that can keep aggressively happening, man, things can happen. Good things, great things will happen. Justice Hill is the other running back. It was bothering me not knowing what my guy name is, man. But you know what I mean? I feel like I said, the running game, Justice Hill, he's most definitely showing that he can be a good back. He's the great addition, you know, finally coming off the health injuries for the last couple of years, that he's finally able to show us that he's able to produce. Only thing about Justin Hill sometimes, man, is his fumbling problem. Long as he can keep his fumbling situations situated, long as he don't cause no turnovers for us, I feel like that Justice Hill is going to be the guy to look out for this coming game. I feel like Justin Hill is going to be a spark in our offense that we probably going to need or probably going to be looking for. So most definitely check that out on the offensive tip. Y'all already know, man, that defensive side. Oh my goodness, man. That defensive side is most definitely holding up. Most definitely showing that they are a top 5 defense in the game, man. And I see that my guys, my 2 linebackers right now, they are arguably in the NFL Next Gen stats, top 10 off-ball linebackers in the game right now. Coming in number 2, it's going to surprise you, but not really, because he's been balling all year, man. He's showing what he's value, what value he brings to this defense. But coming in number 2 is my guy, our guy, PQ, Patrick Queen, man. Like I say, he is balling out. He is most definitely fighting for that contract and showing why that the Ravens should not let him walk. You know what I mean? And then coming in number 8, which I feel like number 8 should have been a little higher. I feel like he should have been a top 5. I feel like he should have been over DeMario Davis, a CJ Mosley, a Quincy Williams, and a Ernest Jones. I feel like he should have been higher than this. But since he still made the list, he's still one of the arguably top middle linebackers in the game. But on the off-ball tip right now, he's making number 8. Our guy, Roquan Smith. Row. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 8, man, showing that I keep trying to tell people, these 2 linebackers, in my opinion, are arguably the top 2 duo linebackers in the game. Coming behind 49ers linebackers, Warner and Greenlaw. You know what I mean? And plus, Fred Warner led this list anyway, even though Greenlaw didn't make this list. But in my opinion, I feel like those 2 are the arguably best top 2 linebacker duos in the game. Coming right behind is our guys PQ and Roquan Smith. You feel me? So I can, like I said, I keep telling people that we are a top 5 defense. And for us to be a top 5 defense, man, we is most definitely showing that points per game right now, we are 4th. We are fourth, coming in at 15.2 points a game. Total yards per game. We're coming in second, giving up 260.8 yards a game. When it's coming to passing yards per game, we are coming in second with 163.2 yards a game. And when it comes to sacks a game, we are first, averaging 4 sacks a game as a team, man. Top 5 defense right there. Do I need to say any more, yo? This is a top 5 defense. And remember, everybody was was making fun of us that we didn't have a top edge rusher. Everybody was saying that our cornerbacks is depleted and we're going to get walked on and all this other good stuff. But right now, we are showing that none of that stuff even matter. The signing of Clowney, the signing of Van Noy, putting key pieces of like a Ronald Darby and a Arthur Millette right there with All-Pro Marlowe, back there with Marcus Williams and upcoming star and Kyle Hamilton. The defense is showing every reason why we are a top 5 defense. And I'm tired of keep preaching it to people. People just need to go ahead and listen and really listen to what I'm saying. The numbers don't lie. Women lie, men lie, but numbers do not lie. Shout out to Yo Gotti, you feel me? But no, on the defensive side, man, we most definitely, like I said, top 5 defense. With all that being said, that our defense is most definitely going to have to show that motion of bend don't break type atmosphere, and I feel like they will, because number one, the first thing we got to do is keep playing fast and physical. We have to keep playing fast and physical because, like I said, once we play fast and physical, nobody is really matching our physicality. Nobody's really kind of matching up to that speed. Yes, offenses do get a couple big chunk plays here and there, but we are not giving up a lot of big plays, and that's another great thing that our defense is doing, and having that mentality of bend don't break. You know what I mean? So as long as we keep playing fast and physical, and actually beating there, not meeting the Lions there, but beating them there to the spot, and making sure that they don't get no extra gain, to make sure that their offensive line is not dominant the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a long, tough day for the Detroit Lions, because once we keep playing that fast and physical, man, the getting pressure onto Goff is going to be coming. Because like I said, I'm telling you, we are averaging 4 sacks a game. Now, if we can keep putting pressure on Goff and making Goff uncomfortable and coming out that pocket, not just sitting back there playing back, having fun and not getting no pressure, Goff will hurt us on that. But if we can get Goff to moving sideline to sideline and having his feet and shoulders not squared up, we can. This is going to be a cakewalk game. The defense is most definitely going to take over the game if that can happen. So that's why I'm saying that in this order, fast and physical and getting pressure on Goff will lead to the third thing. The third and final thing is forced turnovers. If we can play fast, physical, get pressure on Goff and make him his feet not squared with his shoulders, the turnovers is coming. I understand that Jared Goff has not really thrown too many turnovers, and right now, as they clearly saying that Jared Goff is playing MVP football, he's most definitely going to have to bring his MVP game against the top 5 defense. So we most definitely going to have to force turnovers. You see, my guy, every time Geno Stone gets into the game, he gets an interception. You feel me? So I'm most definitely I'm gonna be looking out for him, because we got some injuries that's going to allow him to get a lot of snaps this game. And I get to that in a minute, you feel me? But the defense most definitely have to play fast, physical, have to get pressure on Goff, and force turnovers, which we are all capable. All of 3 things we are capable of doing. We just got to make sure that we don't play, we don't over pursue. We got to make sure that we wrap up on tackles, and we got to make sure that once we get hands on whoever we tackling, we got to take them down. You can't just have them trying to control and gain more extra yards. Even if they do try to gain more extra yards, We got to be able to do the peanut punch. We got to be able to strip them. We got to be able to punch that ball out and force a turnover. And I feel like that this is the time that our defense will show it. Because, like I said, it's our defense been keeping us in games all year so far. It was our defense that's really showing why is really helping our offense out. Because, like I said, our offense hasn't really fully clicked yet. And once everything starts clicking, man, the Ravens is going to be a almost virtually unstoppable team if once everything comes together, man. And like I said, this is going to be a all out good game. It's not going to be no cakewalk. It's not going to be easy at all. I just really feel like that this is going to be a real close game. Hopefully it don't come down to another 66-yarder. That's what I'm hoping and have my fingers crossed on. You feel me? But I'm really thinking that this is probably going to come down to who has the ball last. It's going to come down to the last possession. And if the Ravens have the ball and able to control the clock, like I said on the keys, I feel like the Ravens will win. And I'm going to go ahead and say that the Ravens will win, man. I'm going to go ahead and say the Ravens will pull this victory off tomorrow, 1 p.m. at the bank with the 24-17 win. 24-17 win. Like I said, I feel like Detroit is gonna be able to score, and like I said, I feel like it's going to be a close game, but I don't think it's going to come down to a field goal. I think it is actually going to come down to a touchdown, and it's going to be 17-17 at one point. But I feel like the Ravens, with the clock management and everything, I feel like the Ravens will control the clock and actually score somewhere early in the fourth quarter, and our defense is going to be able to shut the door and close the game out. That's my prediction right there, and I'm hoping that it really comes to life. You feel me? So before I let y'all go, man, let me tell y'all some key injuries. Who's playing, who's not playing real quick. So far, I can tell you right now, Marcus Williams, our safety, will not be playing due to multiple injuries. He still have that pec injury he's still recovering from, even though he did play last week. Got a little dinged up, and he also have a hamstring injury that he's trying to nurse up. So Marcus Williams, man, rest up, ice up, get all the treatment that you can possibly get, man, because you is most definitely will be missed and will be needed in these upcoming games. Another key, well, not a key player, but another player that probably won't be suiting up is on our defensive side again, is our cornerback. What's his name? I just had his name. Kenyon Seymour. Kenyon Seymour will not be playing also this week. He's also nursing an ankle injury, so we're not going to see him. But one play we will see, hopefully he gets some reps and help the defense out, man. Odafe Owe will be playing. Mr. Number 99, you have to show up, my guy, because like I said, Clowney and Van Noy is most definitely showing why the Ravens had to go out and get these guys. So, Owe, man, I'm predicting you probably won't get that many snaps because I'm pretty sure that Harbaugh and them is probably going to try to gradually get you a game ready. You feel me? So I don't really see you doing too much or playing so much, but it is a great thing to have you back this week. And hopefully, like I said, man, you'll be able to put some quarterback pressure or you're able to take the quarterback to the ground this week. On the offensive side, no significant injuries. Everybody came out healthy on the offensive side. Keaton Mitchell will be elevated up to the 53-man roster, so we keep an eye on that to see if he's gonna get any touches. He was elevated up last week, but he didn't get no touches last week. Who else? I think that's pretty much all on the injuries and the 53-man roster. Oh no, one more thing for the 53-man roster. We had bumped up another safety to play back there with that's probably going to be playing multiple snaps with Geno Stone and Kyle Hamilton. Give me 1 second to get his name together. He is Dang, it's right here. Hold on. DeAndre Houston Carson will be elevated up to the 53-man roster. That's the safety. That's pretty much going to be taking a couple of snaps once if Geno Stone or Kyle Hamilton needs to break some time off. So most definitely pay attention to that kid and see, hopefully, that if he do get some snaps, that he's able to fit in just right and be able to plug in where he should be plugged in at. You feel me? So as I'm wrapping this up, man, make sure I appreciate everybody that tuned in, that's getting the views up. Keep on running it up because the Grid Network is out here and we are running these numbers up. You feel me, man? It's really dope to see some of these numbers from all our content creators go up, man. It's hard work. It's really paying off for our guys. So if you don't know, the Grid Network is the network that you most definitely need to get your sports information from, because we have multiple different shows and great content creators that's going to give you different opinions on what sports is being talked about this week. Not only at the bank, not only MTMO that's on the Grid Network. We also have Coming It Up with Bryce. We have All Even Podcast. We have Clutch Sports Talk. We have Outside the Cage for the guys that's into the MMA or the ladies that's into the MMA. We have The Forum, the Lakers Podcast. NBA season is just around the corner, so most definitely check out The Forum Podcast for your own particular teams. Like if you're a Ravens fan, we have the Raiders Roundup Podcast, and we have Commanders on Demand. So make sure y'all go check out all of those content creators platforms, man. I guarantee you will not be disappointed, man, because like I said, we are still out here running these numbers up. You feel me? Also, man, while I'm sitting here trying to give y'all some information, if you most definitely wants to get yourself on some of the Grid apparel that we have, man, like at the bank, or we got MTMO, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, anything in that nature, man. Make sure y'all go out to the Grid Network, to the onto our website, go to the clothing line and shop till you drop, for real. Like I say, we got hats, shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever it is. Go in there, check it out, man. I guarantee the quality is great. The everything is great. So you don't want to miss out, man. You know the holiday season is coming around. You feel me? So be on the lookout for that, man. You never know. You might get some free. You might get some good promotions, like the shipping costs might get taken off. You might get a little 10% off, 15, whatever it is. Just make sure y'all go to the Grid Network and shop, man. Like I said, it's real good opportunity. Also, as I'm speaking of opportunities, man, be on the lookout. I'm going to have a ball at the bank raffle very, very soon. Coming up with I'm almost up finished with the final details of how I'm gonna do this raffle, but it's coming up. The raffle is going to be for at the bank hoodie. You feel me? So if you stay tuned, stay locked in, make sure you're paying attention to every episode. You never know when this raffle is going to drop. You feel me? Cause like I said, winning the at the bank sweatshirt, yo, it's gonna be pretty dope. You feel me? And it's gonna be off my dollar. You feel me? So as always, yo, as I close this out, yo, big trust. Because why trust anything else? Just make sure y'all stay tuned to tomorrow. Watch that Ravens game at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then a little probably like 4:30, close to 5-ish. You're going to see your boy back on here again, giving you all that post-game analysis. So make sure y'all stay alert, stay aware. Make sure y'all got that alert notification on your YouTube channel. Subscribe. Make sure y'all, if y'all not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the Grid Network. That'd be different. Like I said, big trust, and I'm out.